Okay, you guys, so I wanted to try and get into this thing again about me talking about how Starseed women are different from today's modern woman. I want to try and explain a few more things about how each woman is different. Because as a Starseed woman, I've noticed that the modern woman, if the modern woman has a man, or if she's currently in a relationship, more than likely she's going to be monogamous, because I have to say that most modern women of today, in today's time, they are going to be hardwired by the matrix system. Most women of today, and sorry if I'm repeating myself in this recording, but I have to repeat myself a few times. So if any modern woman of today, if she is in a relationship with a man, more than likely she's going to be hardwired to be or act monogamous, because growing up, that's all she's known all of her life. Yeah. So most women who are under monogamy, or who are monogamous, they might not know that they're monogamous, but they are. These types of women will often be jealous if the man is seeing another female that he likes. So I have to say this in a recording. As a Starseed woman who's listened to many people online talk about this stuff. So I'm a Starseed woman who knows that a man can't be tied down to only one woman only. So as a Starseed woman, I have to say in this recording that this in fact I know already, and I accept, because as a Starseed woman, I have multiple spiritual husbands, and as a female, I know that the husbands that I've chosen to be my husbands, I know that they can't only be seeing me. Not all of them can see me only. They have to see, I know that, as their wife, and, them being my husbands, I know that, either spiritually or physically, it doesn't matter. These men have to see other women. That's what I've come to the conclusion of. And that's what I've boiled it down to. Actually being a fact that if I'm a female who supposedly have these other husbands, or I have more than one husband, okay, I have to accept the fact that all of my husbands, they have to see multiple women. I mean, it's, it's common fact that a man can't be with only one woman if he wants to kingdom build, And I've accepted this fact, years on, years prior, a few years back, I've had to accept the fact that, as a Starseed woman, of course, I'm gonna love all of my husbands, but, I've accepted the fact that I can't have them all to myself, that's just being selfish. So all of the husbands that I've chosen through, movies and stuff, through media and all of that, if they truly, genuinely met me in the physical dimension, I would say, yeah, you guys, I can't be the only female. I can't be the only female that you guys are can love all at once. You guys need to go out and you guys need to go out and find other women to make, your wives and stuff. So I have to say this in a recording. These modern women, though, out here nowadays, they rarely accept their man who they're in a relationship with right now. They're rarely gonna accept the fact that they want to seek other women. This can't happen in a relationship. So, in any relationship, in any long-term relationship with anybody, you two have to be compatible, and you two have to be, completely transparent with each other, in order to build trust. This is what has to happen in a relationship. So yeah, I mean, I may be a starseed female who have taken a liking to all of these men, and I've chosen consciously to make all of these men my husbands, okay? But, and I can, and I realize that as a starseed female, I can only do this spiritually. I wouldn't be able to physically do this, in the 3D realm, because, a woman is only able to take on, one seed from a man, here in the physical reality. She's only able to take on one man's seed, okay? And I have realized this. I have realized this, but spiritually, what's interesting about consciously choosing people who are not physical, so if all this is mental, in the mind and everything, say I want to pleasure, and entertain one husband, or I want to try to entertain two husbands at once. So I will consciously choose to take care of both husbands' children in the mind. So say I want to entertain two husbands that I have. Say I want to entertain two of my husbands. So I'll heartfully and consciously be aware that, okay, I want to take care of such and such's child, and I'll take care of my other husband's child too as well. And I will love them both equally. As a starseed woman, I will consciously choose to take care of both of my husband's children. Knowingly and lovingly at the same time. But, say as a starseed woman, if I were to do this in the physical realm, in the physical reality, no, I probably would not be able to do this. But since this is mainly going off of, it's going off imagination, it's going off the mind. I'm fully consciously and spiritually able to do this. With either 2 or 3 husbands that I've chosen that I wanted to be my husband. So this is what makes us different. This is what makes me different as a starseed woman from a modern day woman, because a modern day woman will often try and sabotage the relationship. She'll more than likely try and take the kid away from the dad. She won't really be consciously aware of, she's gonna emotionally be in her feelings. She's, the modern day woman is rarely in her imagination, if not at all. So the modern day woman is only about having multiple sexual partners, not really so-called creating a long-term relationship with these men. So the modern day woman is not thinking about wanting to create a long-term relationship with a man. She's not really thinking about that, because in today's world now, in today's society, modern women are only about men liking their photos. They're only about wanting men to validate them on these social media apps. The list goes on. So what makes a starseed woman different from a modern day woman in the 3D matrix reality is that a starseed woman will knowingly and consciously choose which people she wants to get close to. She will consciously choose which men she wants to make as husbands or lovers. So this is all going on within the starseed woman's mind. And at the same time, she willingly knows that she can only do this in her imagination, within her mental mind state. As far as choosing men that she really likes. And she knows that she can only be with one partner physically. If she's in the physical body, she knows that she can only, be with one person, be a helpmate to one man in the physical reality, in the physical 3D reality. But, in that, in that imaginative, in that, within her imagination. So within the Starseed Woman's imagination, she can, she can have multiple lovers. Because, I don't know, it's just something about, like, they're in her mind. They're not, they're not really physically there with her. So, but, as a Starseed woman myself, what I tend to do is I'll creatively, like, think of these, like, different types of scenarios to where, I'll include, like, my multiple husbands, within these scenarios, or, I'll put them in a mental storyline so that, so that I can openly communicate with them, That's the difference between, a Starseed woman who has a very overly creative mind versus a modern woman who is, who's only in it for, say, just to get with the man, just because she wants to get with him for, for sex, or, if she wants to get with him just because, he has money, she knows that, he can financially, take care of her. These are all more like physical attributes. These are more like physical anomalies that, that these women out here of today, like, that they choose to be in. But for the Starseed woman, it's a whole lot different. Like, she sees things, like, way more differently than, the average woman. It's almost like, she can put herself in these scenarios to where, she, for the, the men that she chooses to be her husbands, like, she actually genuinely, like, she wants them to be her husbands, and in return, she wants to be the wife. She wants to be, she wants to play that wife role to all of her husbands that she chooses, and, she'll take care of, like, all the little kiddos as well. So she'll take care of the little kiddos. She'll play that wife role. And then, the husbands, the types of men that the Starseed woman chooses, they'll be her husbands, But, yeah, I wanted to get into this more deeply. I wanted to get into this subject, more deeply because, in the last video, I didn't really go in depth like how I did in this video. So yeah, in this recording, like, this is how, like, both women are different. Like, one woman, she has, like, this overly imaginative mind. Like, she can think about whatever she wants to think about, and, she can follow through with these ideas that she may have in her head. Meanwhile, the modern woman, she's, she's all about like this popularity. She wants to be popular online. She wants to have that status with multiple men, you know, that are not her husbands, you know. She hasn't even decided to make these men her husbands. She just, she just wants validation from them, and if she was in any kind of long-term relationship with a man, it's almost like, now at this time it's guaranteed that she won't be with that man. She won't be with the modern woman, won't be with that man for the long term. And she'll go through this with multiple men that, that her herself, she hasn't decided to make them her husbands. She hasn't decided to think about that. But and that's why most modern women's relationships fail, is because these women are only thinking about themselves. They're not thinking about like, oh yeah, if they want to truly love that man, if they truly want like a family structure, if they want to work hard with that man who she says that she wants to be in a long-term relationship with. It's almost like, it's almost like these women of today, like, they would rather not be in a long-term relationship with a guy. I think most of these modern women of today, like, they'd rather be like by themselves. They'd just rather be, they would just rather be like not with anybody. They don't want to build anything with a man. They don't want to take care of a man. They don't want to do anything with him. And this is what's sad. It's really sad. So I just want to say in this recording, that's the difference between a so-called starseed woman who has a mind of her own. She was outcasted at a very young age. People thought of her as strange. People thought she was weird. She keeps to herself. The Starseed Woman she may have only had 1 or 2 sexual partners in her whole life. So, the Starseed Woman will remain estranged to most people here in this 3D reality matrix. She will remain estranged. She keeps to herself. She's not out. The Starseed Woman is not out there doing hot girl summer. She may be very articulate. She may be into art, reading books. She may be into, not all the time, but she oftentimes plays computer games. So yeah, this is how we're vastly different. This is how the Starseed Woman and the common modern woman of today, they are not at all like each other at all. Because one woman, she may feel indifferent to other people who are in the Matrix Society, in the 3D Matrix Society. She may only have a few people that she truly, genuinely loves and that who she can trust. So it's very important. It's very important that the Starseed Woman finds a mate within her lifetime. A person who she can genuinely trust, because oftentimes it's just, the Starseed Woman will barely have any friends, if not at all any friends. She loves animals. She may do these strange, quirky things. She may do these strange things that, that only the boyfriend and the husband will know about and all that, the Starseed Woman, she's not all out there on social media like the modern woman is. It's just like, yeah, it's just totally different. We're totally different species of woman. So yeah. I mean, this is how it is, It's how it is. So there may be some women out there who are a part of the 144,000. And those women who are a part of the 144,000, those women are Starseed women. And then most of the majority of women that are out there today, they just want to follow these social trends. They barely even think about anything deep or meaningful at all. That's just how modern women are. And you can't be mad at them for it, because they totally just lack knowledge of self. They totally just lack that inner understanding of who she is. Most of these women out here, they don't know who they are at all. So they need that outer validation. They need that online validation from social media apps to make them feel better about themselves. Yeah, and that's it. I mean, that's about it, you guys. So I'm gonna post this video, and hopefully you guys gain some insight about what I'm trying to talk about regarding this topic.